Jose, Edwin, welcome to today's Tech Matters. Today we are going to talk about our new business unit, BCDC. What is BCDC?
Hello, Sri. BCDC stands for our Blockchain, Crypto, and Digital Currencies Business Unit, which is the unit that we have recently established to look end-to-end after our nascent crypto business.
We want to democratize financial services and include more people in the financial ecosystem in terms of moving and managing money. How do you see Bitcoin, digital assets, and cryptocurrencies playing a role in fostering that inclusion over time?
Well, see, if we go back to first principles on why a decentralized protocol makes sense to begin with, is because it reduces the cost of contracting between parties. We just need a central party if when you need to have the assurance that somebody is going to be there to enforce the transaction. In a decentralized environment with the right protocol, you don't need that, which means that more parties can be interacting with each other at a lower cost. That underlying reduction in cost is what we think is going to be the driver of additional inclusion.
I believe that the inclusion in digital payments will come from a breakthrough in digital identity. Will the blockchain ecosystem help towards this?
I'll get us started with that answer. I know that this topic is very close to Edwin's heart, so then I'll pass it over to him. Identity and what is being called federated identity or sovereign identity is a very good use case for blockchains. It doesn't make sense that in order to prove your age, you need to hand over someone a piece of paper that has your address and your weight and the color of your eyes. So these attestations of identity that can be provided over a blockchain, we do believe that will greatly increase the ability of consumers to protect the information about their identity and maintain privacy while they are still able to prove who they are.
Yeah, and I think that that's right on. And so it's not just about being able to have like your driver's license or your passport or some other government ID that is saying who you are. But imagine that on that top of that, that your college or university can attest that you've actually graduated or that you had a particular set of work experience. And because of the distributed nature of this and the fact that you don't all have to sort of be part of a single club or consortium or other sorts of things, the blockchain really allows for that federated and distributed activity to come from all comers. And I think that that's going to really open up the door for this digital ID to be much more versatile and much more useful for a number of different activities.
No matter what we do, it is very important to make sure that this is something that the consumers can use every day and understand it and feel comfortable with. What are the things that we are doing in that area?
So, Sri, one of the ways in which we believe that a company of the size of PayPal can help to drive mainstream adoption of digital currencies is by solving that barrier to comprehension on the consumer side. We cannot aspire that the users will get familiar with all the technical intricacies of the technology and the cryptography and the public keys. And that's where our expertise in building world-class consumer products and excellent user experiences at the consumer level will really help abstract that complexity from the user and help drive adoption.
And I think that you saw that with our first product in the buy, hold, sell case. One of the things that the teams really emphasized was that educational aspect. And so when you go into the app or you go to the website, there's a series of videos and educational materials that are right front and center so that consumers can really feel comfortable about what they're doing, so they can understand what it is that they are participating in, and that they can feel more connected to the broader ecosystem without necessarily getting down deep into the technical aspects of the product.
Cryptocurrencies and digital assets is one of the hottest areas when it comes to pursuing a career. If you can both tell us a little bit about how one could get started in understanding a bit more about this space and pursuing a possibility of building a career in this area.
So what I would say is that decentralized protocols and digital currencies will become part of the toolkit that you need to conduct business in this space. Not everybody will need to be an expert in public-private key cryptography or multi-party computation, but same thing that we have seen with artificial intelligence or analytics over the last 3, 4, 5 years, everybody will need to have at least a high-level understanding of the technology and their implications in their day-to-day work.
Of course, there will also be a need for that specialized technical knowledge, just as there is today with AI and ML. there's also going to be the need for continued research in the cryptography space, in the applied math and algorithms area. We're starting to see a lot of activity around various consensus protocols and interoperability mechanisms, as well as in the area around transaction monitoring and analytics. As these become more and more prominent, we will also start to see a need across the application ecosystem for how other companies like PayPal can not only make this technology available and secure and robust, but also accessible to a wide variety of folks. So we'll start to see the application into UI and UX design, into various mobile experiences, and really across the ecosystem.
In many ways, in summary, what we are saying is there is a ton of opportunity here for everyone to either upskill or, for that matter, even shift careers and take on new things in this area as well. Jose, Edwin, thank you for being on Tech Matters today.